National Weather Service is forecasting that a minor rainstorm is going to pass through Southern California, which hopefully will help with all the wildfires we've had, but it poses a danger for people who live near burn stars. We have live team coverage of that. Fox 11's Ed Lascos in Pacific Palisades, Laura Diaz in Altadena, meteorologist Star Harvey live in the studio. Let's begin, though, with Ed.
Lots of activity here this late hour. You've got road crews scrambling, bringing in heavy equipment, bringing in K-rails by the truckloads as they're urgently getting ready for the latest threat to possibly hit here in the Palisades. Rain. Watch. Friday night, all roads lead to the Palisades, especially if they're big rigs loaded up with K-rails. Road crews busy here along PCH, working in the darkness and working on a tight deadline to beat the latest threat, an incoming winter storm, bringing rain and threatening hillsides burned barren, some even being held up by wooden braces.
You'll see K-rail being established to protect these areas.
Areas like this, just north of Sunset along PCH, these K-rails now up to keep the debris flow from reaching the ocean. Even the storm drains now covered over with sandbags. LA County Public Health now out with this warning, check it, to avoid contact with ocean water from Dockweiler to Surfrider Beach. It's a warning even more urgent now as there's already signs of fire contamination off the coast. Scientists from UC San Diego already pulling buckets of charred debris right out of the ocean.
As soon as you smelled the debris, it did not smell like your typical bonfire when you go camping. It smelled very synthetic. It smells, the first thing that came to mind for me was burned electronics. And obviously something that has that smell is likely to have a lot of things associated with it that we don't want.
Reason enough for miles and miles of K-rails set up at the base of the hillsides, a desperate barrier to channel away the mud, the debris, with a convoy of trucks bringing in even more of the concrete barriers, getting ready for the latest threat in the Palisades. Now live, you see that sign? Sunset Boulevard storm drain. And if you look down, that's what you see all along PCH. The storm drains all covered up, sealed up by sandbags. You know why, right? Yeah, the storm drains empty, drain right into the ocean itself. And if you have that muddy runoff, the debris flow, in this case coming down the hill, Sunset Boulevard across, it's the last place they want all that flow to wind up in the ocean itself. For now, we are live here in the Palisades. Back to the west side we go.
All right, Ed, from the Palisades to Altadena, also on edge tonight with the Eaton fire scarring the hillsides. The risks, the ground collapsing, has locals there on high alert. Fox 11's Laura Diaz continues our team coverage and is live. Laura?
Yes, Christine, as if things aren't bad enough, of course, rain is in the forecast. There is a potential flood warning and also a flood watch, I should say, and concern about the rain coming down and what that could mean, that it could trigger mudslides.
Seeing all this happening and having another storm, too, I don't know how we all can get through it, but, you know, like they say, Dina strong, so we'll make it.
In the Altadena Crest area, longtime residents drove the burn scar area Friday night, still trying to grasp the immensity of the Eaton fire that burned a huge portion of their community to the ground. They know a new danger is on the horizon. A weekend storm expected to hit the Southland could trigger mudslides in areas where the fires left hillsides denuded of vegetation. Homes spared from fire could be destroyed by water and mud.
Are you here for sandbags? Yes.
Olivia Gutierrez spends her Friday picking up sandbags for her parents' Altadena home.
How many you need?
10 for me, please.
10?
Her parents are some of the lucky ones. Their home was spared. But with the scorched mountain behind them and destroyed homes beside them, now they brace for rain.
Terror, absolute, terror. I remember the Santa Barbara mudslides. I had friends that live up there in Montecito, and that's my next concern. Honestly, it's if we have a big rain, I think we're in trouble up here.
But worried homeowners were not alone. Team Rubicon volunteers deployed to help lay sandbags throughout Altadena. They had a special focus on seniors and low-income people. Here's a tip. Start at the bottom of the driveway and work your way up. The goal is to divert any water flow away from a home and into the street. Place sandbags in problem areas. But this Friday night, as the storm loomed closer, anxiety rose.
The city has told us to get prepared with sandbags and just stay inside doors, get prepared just for the worst. We've been through a lot.
Truer words were never spoken. People here are very weary, as you can imagine. We're all hoping for the best this weekend. I'm Laura Diaz reporting live from Altadena, sending it back to the studio.
And just as you heard Laura say there, we do now have a flood watch in place now. It does go Sunday through Monday, and I wouldn't be surprised if that does get upgraded to a warning there. We currently have some dry conditions outside right now, clouds filtering in over and through the area, but let's go ahead and get you straight to our weather headlines. We do have those cooler temperatures developing through this weekend, so as early as tomorrow, it will be noticeably cooler. We have that rain and snow. It is expected in our higher elevations, the snow at least, and then that's expected to kick in tomorrow afternoon. For most of us, should exit the area by Monday, but we may see some of that lingering into portions of Tuesday. Once the rain and snow is out of here, we are left with dry conditions, but it will be a cool one at best. Our current winds right now, just showing them to you after all that we've been through. We do have those fire weather watches that have been expired, and with that we are left behind with some calm winds. Humidity is improving. We have had single digits to teens across the area for weeks on end here, and so those improvements starting for the area tonight, and you'll see us going from those browns to the greens, just letting us know that things are starting to get a little bit better around here, not as bone dry as we have been. Our temperatures for tonight, depending on where you are, we got some 30s on the map there in Lancaster, 37, 49 in Ontario, 43 down in Riverside, and 37 in Corona. Tomorrow, temperatures dropping down from today, but again, we do have those afternoon showers across the coast, Los Angeles, Orange County, the Valley, the Inland Empire, up into our mountains, some mountain snow. We also have that winter weather alert in place, and our high deserts probably going to see some of that rain as well, and low deserts, temperatures coming in the 60s. Here's a walk through what we're expecting. So tomorrow night, an influx, or tomorrow morning, an influx of those clouds. If you are across portions of San Luis Obispo, I do have some of that rain entering the area by the later half of the morning, but by the afternoon, all of that trickling down here to the south. Now, the setup is that we were originally expecting our low pressure system to center itself just right over Southern California, but what now is expected is that that low should set up offshore, and if and when that does happen, this just does create more issues for us across the area. This rain will linger through Sunday, snow in place as well, and it does carry again through Monday, the precipitation, and likely exiting our region by the time we get to our Tuesday. Again, we do have that flood watch in place. The rain will be here, as well as the precipitation across portions of our mountains from tomorrow afternoon. The heaviest is expected for us on Saturday into Monday, not completely dried out by Monday morning across the area. Note also the cool temperatures once we get through this week, and then by the time we get to Tuesday, dry conditions for a stretch there. Back to you.
All right, thank you.